Hello spooky people, it is Lilith. Come with me as I decorate this crappy apartment into a gorgeous Victorian witchy lair. When I moved into this apartment, I had my work cut out for me. Every day, I had to stare at the most horrendous shade all over the apartment. This terracotta, muddy brown, dirty, disgusting, ugly color staring back at me every day until eventually I found the time to paint. Before we could paint, I had to talk to the property manager, and she informed me that I couldn't use any of the bright greens and purples that I was interested in for the walls, and we ended up landing on a warm slate gray. And of course, after setting everything up, we had to go back to the store because we forgot the frickin' spackle. It had been many years since I had painted any walls, and it took us a couple of weeks to get through the whole process. While we had all the stuff out, I went ahead and I painted my entire apartment. It really felt like such a monstrous task. It's really not that big of a space, but there's just so many steps and so many things to cover. Thankfully, I had help from my partner. This is an old building, over 100 years old, so one of the cool things that happened as I was painting is I kept finding little pieces of wallpaper from who knows how long. I think I found 3 different pieces in 2 different types while we were painting. This warm white was better for the bathroom because otherwise it would have made the space feel pretty small. My friend was surprised that we had gone ahead with this gray color for the apartment. He said, "Gray?" I was like, "No, not boring millennial gray. This is going to be chic and antique feeling. That's the vibe we're going for." The gray is just a good backdrop for all of the pieces to come. And of course, the best and most satisfying part is last, all of the long tape peels. When I say this apartment was ugly and jank, this is Exhibit A right here. We had to take those down and replace all of them. I picked something out to suit the vibe much better in here. After several months of living with family furniture hand-me-downs that didn't fit the space, I got my first brand new couch. It was pretty affordable and pretty easy to put together. I really got the best of both worlds with this piece. It was exactly the aesthetic that I was looking for and in budget. If it was any bigger than it is, then it would start to block the hallway and be too big for the space. I'm partial to a leather or pleather couch because I like to eat in the living room and nobody likes to clean fabric stains. In the corner there, you can see the old hand-me-down couch that I am happy to get rid of. For a while, I also had a super janky coffee table set up. And then I thrifted these perfect matching tables for only $35. The camera loves you.
I'm sure it does. Call me Big Papa.
Why do they call you that?
I don't know.
I employed my little helper to put these new shelves up in the living room. These will allow for tons of additional space to add decorations and trinkets and really pull together the witchy vibe I'm going for in here. I've collected many cool things over the years. I'm an artist myself and love buying handmade pieces from other people at the markets that I vend at. I enjoy all manner of thrifted goods and oddities that evoke a sort of Victorian parlor sort of vibe. I do really love brass tones as well as black, green, purple, and silver. This curio cabinet is actually a golf ball display. These are really great. The little divots that they have on the shelves are awesome for helping hold small objects up. Here you see my prized coffin bookshelf. On the bottom shelves here, I already have some of my metaphysical books and tarot cards set up. When I go through and create a shelf display like this, I start with the largest objects first. I find the best way to do this is just through trial and error. If I have objects that are the same color, I try to distribute that color evenly through the composition. I generally prefer a sort of asymmetrical but balanced feeling design. After I've decided on the placement of the larger pieces, I go through and fill in the spaces with medium, moving to smaller and more finicky details as I move through the process. It also helps to keep the taller objects in the back and the shorter things at the front. That way you get as much visibility as possible from each of the things on the shelf. I'm filling out this gap in the floor here with some bulkier objects that were too tall for the shelf and add a little bit more interest to this area. I know that many others like myself see planning a gallery wall as a pretty daunting task. Here you can see me using Procreate to plan out my design before I put any nails in the wall. I took photo of all the wall art and the wall itself using sticky notes for scale, and I plan out the composition on here first. I highly recommend this process if you're somebody that's pretty indecisive about where you want things to go. It really helped me move through this next part pretty quickly. While the placement of these on the wall may not be exact to my template, it's really helpful to have a general idea of where the things are going to go before I start hammering. Before starting this process, it really felt like I had so much art to go up on the walls, but after planning and putting up both of these gallery walls, I really do have quite a bit of space on either side to add to it. But I find that to be an exciting prospect, that as I travel and vend at more art markets, I'll have more interesting pieces to add to this wall. This gallery is certainly more filled out than the other one, but I do believe that below the pieces I have now, I could add additional ones. It's been several years since I've had a space that I could decorate this way. Previously, I rented a room and then I lived with an ex, and it's so nice to finally have a place that's truly my own. Here, I can make art, I have a studio space again, I can study in quiet, and just really enjoy this peaceful place that I've created. Check out my cool crystal collection. I have quite a lot, and I'm really excited to put these up because they've been living in this demonia shoebox for years at this point. I have a pretty cool way to display these, but you'll have to see that next in the reveal. Thank you if you've made it to the end of this video. I'm so glad I got to document and share this process with you. I love interior decorating, and it's so nice to have my own space again and to share with you the curation and all the steps that we took to make this into really such a cozy space. I would love to share with you the rest of my apartment that I've been decorating, so look forward to those installments in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please join the spooky community that we have here on YouTube. It really helps. The channel's gotten to grow a lot recently, and I hope that we can keep that momentum going. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.